Hi guys, so today I have a Christmas card to share, and I've started my Christmas cards earlier than what I've usually started them, but I want to have enough time to finish them all and get them all sent out in time, so that's why I'm starting them pretty early. So here is the card I made this time, and it's a little kitchen scene. And my idea for it was like if they were making cookies for Santa and they just finished, and here's the little cookies in the front with the note. So here's the front, and here's the inside of the card. And I also added a quick little detail in the back just because it was a scrap from making the card and I thought it would just look fine there, so I just added it back here. So I'm going to show you guys what I used. Actually, I think I have everything that I used next to me because I finished it last night and I just left everything out to show you guys this morning. So let's get started. So I used some of these rhinestone gems, and I've had these for a few years, and I used two of them on here. This was part of one, and I just combined them to make a long piece. And this is by Studio 18. I think I got this at Michael's. So I used that, and I just used it up here in front of the island just to give it some interest because it looked kind of plain. So I added that there. Then I used these little gems from Jolie's, and I just used two of those here on the inside. So here's one and here's another one. I used these flowers, also from Jolie's, and I used two of those here on the inside. Then I used this sticker pack. It's by Sticko, and I used the little tray of cookies that was here, and they're right here. And then I used a pencil from here. This is also by Sticko. It's a little puffy sticker pack. And I added that here so it looks like a little girl or boy wrote the note and just left the pencil there. And that I just hand wrote it and cut it out from white cardstock. And the last sticker pack I used was this one from Doris. And I used the frames and the little candy cane heart that was on here. And I had gotten this at Joann's like 2 years ago or so. So here's the candy cane heart. And then here's the frames. And that's it for the stickers. Then I used one die. I used this Spellbinders Window 2 die. I think it's a Delights die. And I just used part of it. So I used this part of it right here because it was just too big for this card, and the bottom piece was also too big and it reached the countertop, so I just used this part right here. And here's that window, and I glued the windows shut because this die, the windows open, but I didn't want them to open for this card, so I just glued them down. And I added some little enamel accents, and afterwards I added some glossy accents over top so it would look like a window, so it's shiny. And then the little squares that were in here, I just glued them right here, just so I won't have to throw them out. And I thought they completed the card there, so that's what I did. And for the stamps, I used the Lawn Fawn Milk and Cookies, and I used the plate, this cookie, the chocolate chips, and the glass of milk. And that's up here. And I added some glossy accents to the glass of milk. There you go. And I added some black enamel accents to the chocolate chips. So that's what I did for that. And I used the Lawn Fawn Joy to the Woods for the sentiment, Merry Christmas. I really like the font of that. And that's on the inside, so it's right here. And the last stamps that I used, which was the one that inspired this card, was the Our Craft Lounge Lovin' from the Oven. And I was looking through my stash of stamps and I saw this one, and I hadn't used it and I thought it would make a good card of like making cookies for Santa. So I used the flour and the bowl with the batter in it and the rolling pin and the measuring cups and teaspoons and the bag of chocolate chips. And that's all in the background of the card over here. So there's the flour, and I added some Studio G glitter to the flour just to give it some texture. I didn't use the stickles because the stickles have like little flecks of like holographic glitter, and I didn't want that for the flower, so I just used the Studio G one because it was more plain looking. So I did that, and here's the rest of the stuff back there. And then I just add a little bit of shadow with my Spectrum Noirs underneath each thing. And now for the papers, I use the Basic Gray Jovial, and I use this for the wall. It has some little writing on it. It's a burgundy type color. I used the Bo Bunny Silver and Gold, and I use this for the inside, so this paper right here with Santa and his reindeer. And then I use the Christmas and Winter DCWV die cut stack, and it has this border, as you can see, so that's the border I used on the back. And that, I used it for this wood paper. So I used that for the island and also for the cabinets back here. And for the cabinets, I just cut out a strip of paper, and then I cut out some little rectangles for the cabinets. And I glued them on top and added a flat back pearl on top of each one. And then I wanted some paper for the countertop and the floor, but I couldn't find a good one in my Christmas box. So I looked through my other papers, and I found a good one in this Crepe Paper Boys Rule paper pad. And that's where I got the paper for the countertop and also for the floor. So here's this little checkerboard pattern on the countertop, and also here's the paper on the floor. So that's pretty much it. I also added some little sticko hearts just so it wouldn't look so empty up front. But that is it for my card. So again, here's the front of it. And here's the inside again. So thanks for watching. Bye.